Welcome everyone. So this tutorial is all about a mean stack tutorial. So the mean stack tutorial is designed for the developers who want to design the dynamic website and web application using mean.js. And what does mean stand for? Mean stands for MongoDB, Express.js, Node.js and AngularJS. Okay, so our tutorial will cover all the components. For a change, this time it's on the mean stack. The mean.js can be considered a collection of various technologies for developing a dynamic web and web application. The mean.js is used for developing a web application where MongoDB is used as a database system, Express.js is used as a backend web framework, Node.js is used as a web server, and Angular is used as a front-end framework. What is mean? Okay, so that we have already seen. Now let's look at each of the component of the mean.js one by one. So Node is an open source platform and provides a runtime environment for executing the JavaScript code. It is mainly used for building the backend applications. Since there are two types of apps such as web apps and mobile apps, where web app runs on the browser and mobile apps run on the mobile devices, both web apps and mobile app are the client apps to which the user interacts. These apps require to communicate with the backend services to store the data, send emails, push notifications, and Node.js is an ideal platform to build highly scalable, data-intensive and real-time applications, and it can be used for agile development and highly scalable services. Okay, so PayPal is a Java and Spring-based application using Node.js. Now, what is the advantages? The advantages of Node.js are that they are faster than other framework-based applications and require fewer people to build the app, and it requires fewer lines of code, and it has got 35% faster response time than other apps. The major advantages of using Node.js is that Node.js uses JavaScript. If you are a front-end developer, you can easily transit from front-end to the full-stack developer with the mean stack. Similarly, Angular.js is a JavaScript framework that is used for developing web applications. This framework is developed by Google. Now the question is, are there many JavaScript frameworks available in the market? So why do we prefer Angular.js over the other frameworks? Now what are the main advantages of Angular? It's a two-way data binding, which means that it keeps the model and view in sync. If any changes are made in the model, then automatically view will also be updated accordingly. And the Angular.js is designed with testing in mind. The components of the Angular.js application can be tested with both the testing, such as unit testing and end-to-end testing. And with the help of Angular, it is easy to develop the application in an MVC architecture. And MongoDB is the database used in web development. It's a NoSQL database, and a NoSQL database can be defined as a non-relational and document-oriented database management system. Now at this stage, if you would like to skip to all the preliminary introduction about these four components, feel free to switch over to the actual project start. Okay, so there will be the index in the video description where you can skip to the timeline where you require to go. And MongoDB, we are coming to the MongoDB. It is a document-oriented database and management system, so it stores the data in the form of documents. The SQL databases use SQL query language to query the database, whereas the MongoDB is a NoSQL database that uses Blazor language and to query the database. JSON is a text-based format, but it is inefficient in terms of speed and space. In order to make MongoDB efficient in terms of space and speed, Blazor was invented. Blazor basically stores the JSON in binary format. From that optimizes the space, speed and complexity. Okay, then since MongoDB is an unstructured schema and the data is not related to each other, then the question arises, why do we need to use the MongoDB? MongoDB is mainly used for projects which are huge. And then we come to the Express.js, which is a free open source software used as a backend web application framework. It is commonly used in the popular development tasks like mean with the MongoDB database. The Express.js was developed by TJ Hollowaychuk. And what are the advantages of Express.js? It is a simple and lightweight software. It's not heavy to get installed in the machine and make the application running. It is easy to customize and configure, and we can see it provides the flexibility that we require. It's a better choice for creating the app API as and when the application requires various APIs to communicate with different people. Then the Express.js is a good option. And finally, what are the advantages of mean stack in general? So it is a simple and fast. Mean stack is simple to use and fast as it follows. It allows the programmers to write the code in a single language for both the server and the client side, that is JavaScript, and universal coding is possible in mean stack. In mean stack, the code written in one framework can be easily transferred to another framework, and highly flexible. Once the development process of an application is completed, it is easier to test the application on the cloud platform. It's cost effective since the mean stack uses single language JavaScript, so a smaller number of developers required to develop the app using mean stack. And it's open source. All the technologies used in the mean stack are open source and available for free. Now, there are a few prerequisites. One of the prerequisites is that you should have web development experience with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and should have some knowledge of the 4 technologies, which are MongoDB, Express.js, Angular, and Node. Okay, so let's see the architecture of mean stack. Now, mean stack, the architecture is